Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. I'm here on the shorter time frame chart. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the short-term patterns after the price dipped. I think it was around 6% or something, not really too much, but 6.5%. After the price tested again here, the 38.2 retracement at $92,730. I think it's important that we understand what's actually happening here. The structures are really imperfect, I would say, which leaves various scenarios, unfortunately, alive. It's not very clear which one is currently leading. It is important, though, to understand that the patterns allow for a move down to 70K in a larger fifth wave down. So it's entirely possible that our fourth wave, Roman wave 4, indeed topped. Yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit about the different structures. By the way, I only want to focus on the shorter time frame. I covered the larger time frame, the weekly chart on X earlier today. I uploaded a video here, so feel free to check it out when you watch the video. It might make sense to check this one as well because it explains to you the bigger picture, the weekly chart. So you'll find that on X. You'll find a link to it in the comment section. Feel free to follow us there as well. Now, looking at the shorter time frame, now what did we actually watch for? What did we expect? Again, it's always important to tell the story here a little bit so you understand how to read the patterns and why it's maybe not perfect. And so we have seen the rally into resistance. I mean, that was expected a couple of weeks ago, right? I think it played out beautifully. The idea was the market should move into this area around $92,734. Obviously, whenever we are in a resistance area, expect a pullback. And as long as the pullbacks remain corrective and we hold a higher low, we can still get another run into resistance. So that was here earlier this week. Price held Fibonacci support, which I removed now from the chart. We don't need it anymore. The price rallied into resistance again. And the price even rallied slightly above the A wave high. So in the orange scenario, idea is a third wave bottomed here in November. We had an ABC structure to the upside, a three wave bounce, which is clearly an ABC structure and a possible wave 4. And now, because we broke initial micro support, we might start the fifth wave down to 70K or lower. This obviously remains to be seen. I mean, we have a first break of micro support, which I've removed now from the chart. That was our initial signal level that at least a local top is in, but far away from confirming that the fourth wave has topped. However, as long as we now stay below micro resistance, which I've added to the chart, pressure is downward. It's very important to understand that I do not have a 5-wave decline yet. So we have a 3-wave decline, which leaves various options open. The reason why I wanted to tell this small story here of that bounce is because it's important to understand that this structure isn't perfect. It's not perfect because the C wave didn't reach the 100% extension. I mean, did it need to reach the 100% extension? No. But I can tell you that was, by the way, around $96,800. But I can tell you that whenever a C wave doesn't get there, it's kind of doubtful if it really topped. Okay, it's a bit of a doubt. Not very clear, because I don't trust it. Because it didn't fulfill the perfect pattern. It didn't, it's not perfect. So I'm a perfectionist. Okay, a little bit. So it failed. That made me watch for alternative scenarios, of course. So let's talk about it. I mean, again, it means wave 4 might have topped. I mean, I kind of prefer that at the moment, not because I like it to go down further, but just because at the moment it seems to be the most probable scenario. But another one that I really consider here is that we might form some kind of a broader wave 4. That's possible. That would be our blue scenario, in which wave 4 is simply unfolding still in a broader wave 4. So what if, just considering a couple of options actually, you know what I really actually like, and I'm going to change that slightly here. for the broader wave 4, thinking about it live, it makes sense to consider it WXY. So this would be a more complex wave 4. You know why I bring this up? Because orange is an imperfect structure. So it could easily be a WXY, which is just an extended wave 4. So this is one that I really like, yeah, where we could just rally into resistance again because it didn't reach 100% extension. I can't be, I can't be I have to be very, very clear about it. So it is likely that the market will still try and go and get that 100% extension, all right? Be ready for it. And if it happens, it ideally would happen from this region between 85,973 and $88,891. It's a WXY, and then the Y wave is an ABC. To make that clearer and confirm it further, the price needs to break above initial micro resistance between 90,424 and $92,959. This would be our initial micro resistance. Once it breaks, it becomes clearer that we are moving higher and then possibly in blue wave C, with the target still around 96,870, maybe a bit higher. Now, one scenario that's also possible, that's a bullish case here, would be some kind of a diagonal pattern, very speculative. But to be honest, we don't need to distinguish between yellow and blue at the moment because they share the same support area. So I think for the weekend, we have very clearly defined parameters, which is great. Obviously, this only really affects the micro. Nothing changed on the larger time frame. People today, I saw everybody getting nervous on X. I mean, honestly, we're still within the defined parameters. Nothing is really, we're still above the November lows. We haven't broken any resistance, guys. And people getting nervous around like 6% moves. It's crazy. Not much going on at the moment, okay? No decisive patterns, no decisive breaks of support or resistance. But, weekend parameters support is between 85,973 and 88,891. And resistance is between 90,424 and 92,959. This is really just for anybody who's watching the micro. Bigger picture hasn't changed. For anybody who doesn't know about the bigger picture, received a few questions about the larger time frame today. The video I uploaded earlier today on X should clarify it. Again, I'll leave a link in the comment section. Oops. We covered a lot the weekly chart in recent weeks on this channel. Hold on. Always try to give you a market on this channel. I don't know. But what we haven't really done is a really in-depth read. Really, it's also good. There you go. I just couldn't stop it. I know when it runs, it runs. All right, check it out. I'll leave a link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.